Hi folks, James of Welsh Gamer News here, and as you know there has been the closed beta for the up and coming Rainbow Six Siege. Now this has actually caused a bit of confusion with me because I've noticed an article, which I'm pretty sure you know what I'm going to talk about now, that's kind of confused me. Now as you know, Rainbow Six has been announced, that Rainbow Six Siege, Ubisoft have announced that this game will not have a single player campaign, even though in June of this year, and even at E3 2014, Ubisoft announced that Rainbow Six Siege would have a single player. Now I'll have the link to this below in the description, but I'm just going to let you know exactly what Rainbow Six Siege art director Scott Mitchell said. He basically said this: there is no story mode per se. You go through training where you get to experience different operators and their devices. You can play against enemy AI in co-op through all the maps. Now if you choose to play through the content solo, you'll earn experience towards your progressions, so there is kind of a point in doing it. But in other words, Rainbow Six Siege is basically a competitive multiplayer only game. Now first of all, I've now decided not to get the game because I'm pretty convinced a majority of the gaming community, when they purchase a game that has multiplayer, you hope it has some sort of single player element to it. You know, if it does have a story and it does have a single player mode, and that's what I always look for in the game. This really confused me because at Ubisoft's press conference at E3 in 2014 of last year, they promoted a single player mode, a classic mode called Terror Hunt, and this is a PvE mode that actually makes up roughly half of the game. So if they're saying there's no single player, where on earth has it gone? You know, so they've basically taken half of the game out and they still have the nerve to charge full retail price for it. So I don't know what the hell is going on there. Now, did they make the story mode up in order to drive through pre-orders? I know that sounds absolutely absurd, but you've seen what the Deus Ex pre-order, look how bad that's got. So I wouldn't have thought they'd have made up the single player campaign. They may have tried to create the single player campaign, however it probably got too difficult for them. But still, if you have the absolute nerve to still charge full retail price for this, then I believe Ubisoft should be ashamed of themselves. Because like I said earlier, when I buy a game, I like to have it both single player and multiplayer. But this is a really confusing one as to why. Obviously something must have changed during the development in order for this to have happened, because like I said, I'll link below the article with regards to the single player in the description. And well, tell me what you guys think of this. You know, do you think it just didn't go through its development phase with Q&A and whatnot, or are you still going to get this game even though it doesn't have a single player campaign? I'm pretty convinced the majority of the people are going to say no. Personally, I'm not going to get it myself, but it'd be interesting to see what you lot think. This is James of Welsh Gamer News logging off. You take care.